It is very fast and very sexy. It has 192 brake Birdman power.
192.
Unobtainium chassis.
Unobtainium?
And a neutrino dark matter core.
Hot matter?
It's the new Hot Man rocket cycle, and it's flying to a local dealer near you.
If you live near Planet Mongo.
With its complement of features like 6 hydrogen bags for safety, ape drape fan system,
So sexy.
and the latest in audio cassette tape technology.
Rewind button and Dolby noise reduction.
This machine will take you and your life to another world.
So literally.
The Hawkman rocket cycle. Flying blind is for Earthmen. We fly 20/20, 24/7, 365.
Fly me away anywhere, Flash!
Hawkman Industries does not recommend flying blind or operating the rocket cycle 24/7, 365. Do not operate under the influence of alcohol or after sticking your hand into a wood beast's home. Do not use rocket cycle to attack Emperor Ming, and always watch out for flying birdmen.
Stinker madness. Stinker madness. Stinker madness. We got the stinker madness. We're back again. It's Stinker madness.
Madness. Echo.
We are doing one of the greatest cult movies of all time, and one of the most popular movies of all time, Flash Gordon.
Thank you. This is a Jackie pick, of course.
It is a Jackson pick. Very popular movie. It's amazing, Sam, you have not seen this. This is like the Goonies part 2 for you, because nobody knows this, but Sam didn't see Goonies until he was about 32 years old.
27.
No, all right, there you go.
27, and it was fucking great.
Yeah, this is a big one. Very good pick, Jackie. Like we say, Sam has not seen it. I haven't seen it in probably 10 years, I want to say.
I want to say 10 plus for me. I haven't seen it in a really long time.
All I really remember is that Flash is the quarterback of the New York Jets who gets beamed to Planet Mongo and has to beat up a guy. And there's some football business. That's all I remember. Oh, and Hawkmen. Right?
And some sweet costumes.
Right. Sweet costumes. Yeah, this will be a good time. Getting into the usual brick and mortar of the podcast, streaming do's and don'ts. Didn't have a huge. Actually, no, we did do pretty. We were pretty busy. First movie was on Amazon Prime, called After Midnight, which was a horror compilation film. I think that's about all we can say about it.
Other than don't.
Do not.
Oh, I thought that was pretty good, too.
What?
The
I
one
didn't
with all
even
the little stories?
I can't even remember what the hell happened.
It was the
there was
professor.
the one with like the surprise birthday.
Yeah, surprise
Oh, that
birthday.
was awful.
I liked it.
It was terrible.
God.
I say do.
I say avoid it like the plague. Just go back and watch Tales from the Crypt. Triple X State of the Union with Ice Cube and Samuel L. for a little while.
Mm-hmm.
Don't.
The machine guns kept waking me up.
Do not. It looks awesome, and you will be tempted by it significantly. Don't. It's
Ice Cube just sucks.
He sucks so bad. It will piss you off within the first 10 seconds. Unless you're into that, like, I'm super tough attitude that's just like, you can't buy it. He just sucks so bad. That's on Netflix, currently streaming. If you want to avoid that, I would recommend it. Amazon Prime. Going back to Amazon Prime, Jackie and I threw down on a little Escape from New York with Kurt Russell and...
Don't.
Classic. One of the film classics.
Kurt Russell and Donald Pleasance, Lee Van Cleef. Adrian Barbeau, yeah.
And Ernest Borgnine.
And Isaac Hayes. Yeah, big cast. Jackie says don't. Why do you say don't?
I was just bored.
Yeah?
I was so bored. And I just thought it was kind of a Mad Max ripoff, and I was just kind of like, eh.
I don't think it has anything in common other than the post-apocalyptic. Yeah,
New
I think
York.
it's all of those things together.
Because it's not post-apocalyptic. Yeah. They just used Manhattan as a maximum security
really like
prison.
the premise of this film. I really didn't like the execution. I thought it was boring as well, but I thought that it was worthy of viewing. I was disappointed with it because I remember it being amazingly awesome, and I just did not enjoy it that much.
Nope, I didn't like it.
It's one of my favorites.
Sam loves it. So actually, I'm gonna go either way. So it's draw your own conclusions there, listener. Homefront with Jason Statham and James Franco. Sam didn't get to watch this one, unfortunately.
Do.
I think it's a do. It's if you're into the Statham.
And seeing James Franco get his ass kicked, that was awesome.
He's the most inept bad guy of all time in this movie. He's not even really the bad guy.
No, he's just a fuck up redneck.
Like, oops, I put myself into a really bad situation here. I liked it. It wasn't great, but it was a good beat 'em up action movie, I thought.
Oh yeah, I liked it. It had horses in it.
I'm gonna. That's on streaming on Netflix, and I think both Prime as well. I'm gonna cheat a little bit here, and I'm gonna throw out. Because this is the only chance that we're ever going to have had to watch this. This is another jacking me. The incredibly strange creatures who stopped living and became mixed up zombies. We cheated and did it a la Mystery Science Theater 3000, but there's no way I'm going to watch this movie without that.
Was that the one with the fortune teller?
Yes, and the never-ending circus carnival business.
You know, if you watch it on Mystery Science Theater 3000...
We can't recommend that. We have to just analyze the movie itself.
Oh, don't watch the movie alone.
Watch it on MST3K.
Yeah, don't watch it alone.
It's unviewable. But the funny thing is that it's at the top of, like, a lot of people's worst movie of all time list. Like, a lot of them. And it is nowhere near as bad as Plan 9.
It had an ugly Elizabeth Taylor lookalike with a big old mole.
It's not near as bad as Plan 9 or Monster A Go-Go. Like, not even close.
Yeah, I mean, you could kind of follow this movie.
It was really stupid, and the foreign guy, you couldn't even understand what the hell he was saying. But, yeah, I'm going to say don't on that one. And, you guys are just entertaining as hell. That was streaming. I'm
at a loss that no one likes Escape from New York.
It was so dumb.
It was boring.
When I watch it, I've seen that movie 20 times. I have no problems with it.
I really like the premise of it. I think it would make a great video game.
I love how slow it is, and the music is fucking great.
How drunk are you when you're watching this thing, Sam?
I watch it once a year.
He really likes John Carpenter.
I really like slow movies too, like a very well-paced. No, I don't. There's some of his movies are damn terrible.
Yeah,
Village of the Damned is damn terrible. But I enjoy a film that is solidly, even if it's very slow, if it is a consistent slow and it understands its pace and executes it, I enjoy that very much.
Well, it's definitely no The Thing. I can't even put it in the same ballpark as The Thing by any means.
It was dumb.
Like I say, I was 50-50 on it. News. The news in stinkers. Bad movie news. Bad news-ish, I guess. There's not going to be any more Hellboy movies. Not really a big surprise, per se.
I never got on board with those.
I thought that they really sealed it up. I didn't watch the second one, but I thought there wasn't room for a sequel or something.
No, they were supposed to be a trilogy, according to Perlman and the comic book writer, but Del Toro says, I have no interest at all in making a third one. None.
Well, that doesn't mean it won't be.
No, yeah, Del Toro owns the cinematic rights to produce them.
We'll sell it.
Maybe he'll sell it. Maybe he just really loves Hellboy and wants to not fuck up Hellboy again, because the first two movies were not good. The first
one wasn't any good. I mean, it was okay.
I didn't like them.
I thought that they were not good. The Sharknado 2 trailer is out. The official title for Sharknado 2, which if you all remember was a big buzz when Sharknado came out, what was the number 2 going to be named? Sharknado 2, the second one, is the official title. No Bear Avalanche or any spins, just the second one. It will be on Sci-Fi at the end of this month. We will totally be watching it. Has Ian Ziering again in it. Tara Reid, of course, with the additions of Vivica A. Fox and Mark McGrath from Sugar Ray.
Actually, I think at this point he's from Entertainment Tonight. He's done more with that.
So that's on any video streaming or a YouTube-esque Vimeo website. I watched it. I don't know what to make of it. It has some good lines in it, but it might be a little too self-aware now.
Yeah, I don't know what they're gonna.
I'm withholding judgment.
It's gonna be tough after Big Ass Spider. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah,
it's gonna be real tough after Big Ass Spider.
Indeed. Last in the news, Carlos Estevez has reared his drunken head again.
Yay!
Chaz was busted on a Taco Bell drive-through customer's phone, walking through the Taco Bell drive-through and telling everybody that he was apologizing because he was so fucking hammered, quote unquote, so fucking hammered, ordering Taco Bell on foot through a drive-through. Which
is something that a lot of people do. It's just that he can't do it because he's Charlie Sheen.
Right. He didn't get in trouble for it, though.
Well,
couldn't afford a cab, eh?
Yeah.
Guy's fucked up and he wants some tacos. Cut him a break.
It's
the food of his people.
They should just open the doors. Why do you have the drive-thru open but not the doors? Why can't you go inside when it's late? Are they gonna... Is it like a safety thing? Like, well, we can't let burglars come in here and steal our tacos.
I think they just don't want to clean.
Yeah, that's probably it. Don't want anybody using their bathrooms to puke.
That was a really boring answer. Damn it.
Probably the correct one.
It's probably the correct one, but I was hoping for like avoiding trespassing ninjas or something like that. That would be exciting. I'm gonna move on because apparently nobody gives a shit what I have to say. So we're gonna get into
what you didn't even go into Godzilla.
The field trip.
We're really gonna talk about that.
Yeah, our field trip to Godzilla, which was fucking god awful.
It was fucking terrible.
The new Godzilla with Bryan Cranston and Elizabeth Ashley Olsen.
With Bryan Cranston for about 3 minutes.
Elizabeth,
like that I care.
Mary-Kate Ashley Olsen.
Yeah, it was bad.
Do you think that she has more money than Mary-Kate and Ashley now?
I don't think that there's very many people that have more money than Mary-Kate and Ashley.
Do you think it's possible?
No, not anywhere near. She needs to. They have like their own franchise empire.
Well, Gogeta made a shitload of cash.
It doesn't mean she made shit.
And she will be in the Avengers 2, which is probably going to make a shitload of cash.
Doesn't mean she's making a shitload of cash.
It doesn't necessarily, but that's two really big movies. So, I mean, she could be paving her way into big paychecks.
The Olsen twins on all of those series of movies they did in Australia, they got all the cash from those. They weren't like actresses. They got all. They were producing them. They were doing everything. They got all the cash.
Tough to beat Sisters. Now, what do you think they're doing?
Whatever the fuck they want. They're so goddamn rich. That's what they're retired from acting at the age of like 23.
Do they work at all?
No, they just do their fashion stuff.
They do fashion shit.
They have a fashion line.
Just walk around and drink coffee randomly.
Yeah.
In random places.
One of them seems to is getting a little reclusive, and the other one has a fashion deal. That's about all I know.
Huh. Remember when it was a big deal that they were turning 18? I was
not
on
really.
board with that. I was like, they're going to be 18. Who cares?
Well, Lance Armstrong was on board with it.
Oh?
I mean,
no.
Yeah, when he divorced Cheryl Crow, he went right after one of the Olsen twins.
Did he really?
She was like 19.
Were they down? Or was
one
she down?
One of them was.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah, that guy just doesn't do himself any favors.
No, he does not. He's no Oscar Pistorius.
Oscar Pistorius.
Yeah, no, Godzilla sucked. Not good. Not good at all.
I hated every second of it. I don't know if I hated it as much as Armageddon, but I liked
Armageddon more than I liked Godzilla.
Oh, God.
I was in pain during that movie.
There was no Aerosmith, at least.
You know, I just went out, got another Coke.
Show up.
I actually,
speaking of the music, I mean, I thought it was so inept that even like the music didn't aid to the monster fighting. It was almost detracting.
Yeah.
Like everything was wrong with that. Ugh.
Did you notice the part where they jump out of the back of the plane, a la Navy SEALs?
Yeah.
The Monolith music? Either of you guys catch that?
Yeah, I caught that. And I also noticed that during the wide shot, because you're to assume that they have the smoke packs so that they can find each other, so they, conglomerate down towards the bottom.
Right.
Wonder if the first guy, though, hits a skyscraper. Blah, 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 blah,
yeah.
blah, blah.
Well, you trust him to not do that. But anyway, that's the purpose of that, and then they go to the wide shot where they're actually coming into the New York City skyline, or the San Francisco skyline, I'm sorry.
Right.
And they're all spread out like across the damn city because it might look neat or something, but it was like, well, this didn't work.
Yeah.
Do we have a plan B? Because all these assholes are like 30 blocks apart.
Yeah. No, it was dumb. It was real stupid, and don't go.
They should have put that Aerosmith song in that movie. Probably would have made it a little better.
Amazing, crazy, amazing.
Yeah. Oh, it was certainly not amazing. So Godzilla was a stinker. Avoid that one. Should we move on? Should we move on to Stinker Thinkers?
Yeah.
Stinker Thinkers!
All right, gentlemen.
We've got a new soundboard this time. We're gonna have this one's gonna be brought to you by animal sounds.
Okay. So once again, there is a chance for an extra point. All of these movies have something in common.
Over here.
One of these does not have a tagline, believe it or not. There was no tagline for one of these movies, and we will start with that one. Sexual jolts disrupt Manhattan physician Bill Harford's equilibrium. At an elegant Christmas party, two models hit on him. He watches a Lothario try to pick up his tipsy wife. He aids a woman sprawled naked in a bathroom after an overdose. The next night, his wife reveals sexual fantasies with a stranger. A dead patient's daughter throws herself at him as he walks, prodding 16 boys hurl homophobic insults at him. A streetwalker takes him to her flat. He interrupts men having sex at a party with a girl barely in her teens. His odyssey, which takes him into a world of wealthy sex, plays at a masked ball of...
Eyes wide shut.
Yep.
Ding!
Never saw it.
It's not good. We forgot to give a score update. Sorry about that. The score is now 12-10. Okay.
All right, next one. The tagline, gentlemen, they thought he was good. They were wrong. He was the best. After leaving the Army, Brian Flanagan tries to get a marketing job in New York. But without a college degree, this was not possible. He then decides to start studying for a business degree at the local city college and gets a part-time job as a bartender. He realizes that it is not that easy. Cal.
Cocktail.
Yes.
BAM!
Have not seen it.
God damn, Sam. All right, last one. Tagline. Is your subconscious your conscious? Is your conscience your subconscious? Incarcerated and charged with murder, David Ames Jr. is telling the story of how he got to where he is to be McCabe, the police psychologist. That story includes being the 51% shareholder of a major publishing firm, which he inherited from his long...
The Pelican Brief?
No.
But they're all Tom Cruise movies.
Yes! Sam gets the extra
Sam
point.
gets it. I didn't know we were still doing that.
Yeah, I just said that before we started.
I was busy dialing up sound.
Oh, okay.
Okay, 13-11. But I still have a guess.
Okay, which he inherited from his long-deceased parents. The firm's board appointed David Ames Sr.
The Firm.
No!
God damn it! Few Good Men.
Vanilla Sky.
Never seen it.
Yeah, it's not a
You
stinker.
picked-
That's actually a
yeah.
really good movie.
I'm going to take a bath on Tom Cruise movies every time, just so you know. Because I
Yeah.
never watch any of them. I don't like that guy. I've never seen any of those
We're going to do
movies.
Vanilla Sky here someday soon because it is on Netflix and it's actually a really good movie. Really, actually, it's a really good movie. I highly recommend Vanilla Sky. Well, thank you for that, Jackie. The score is now 13-11. I only gained 1 point that time. Or caught up 1 point. But it's close now. It's anybody's ball game.
Yeah, Jackie needs to quit picking shit I haven't seen. More
God
Tom
damn
Cruise
it.
bullshit.
I have never seen
See, I don't like Tom Cruise, so
Cocktail.
I think a majority of his movies are
and
shit.
what was the first one?
Eyes Wide Shut, which I have not
yes.
seen. I have not seen Vanilla Sky,
Eyes Wide Shut is not.
but I
very
have
good.
seen Cocktail, and I like Cocktail.
Ugh,
I think it's kind of stupid, but I like
it
it.
is atrociously bad.
Aruba, Jamaica, come on, pretty mama.
No.
The Beach Boys were sung. That was a big deal.
That was a big deal.
That
That came on the Cocktail soundtrack also. Obviously, that was oh god, right at the cusp of the beginning of CDs being popular, and my parents were like, Cocktail soundtrack is great, and they would go out in the hot tub and listen to the Cocktail soundtrack.
That's why you
over
don't like
and
it.
over and over and over. Because that was the life, you know. Hey, it's the late 80s and we got a hot tub.
And the Cocktail soundtrack.
Sounds about right.
And then all of a sudden your parents were naked in a hot tub and you were like, I gotta get the fuck out of here.
You're like, off to Sam's house to weed.
To wheat?
To weed. I couldn't think of anything that rhymed that fast. Shut up.
You should stop making up songs. You are no Dan Fogelberg.
Damn. I thought I had a talent.
So, yeah, how about some of that Sam's boring bullshit? Sam's boring bullshit.
Well, Flash Gordon, directed by Mike Hodges.
Hodges.
Who is...
You'll be surprised to find that a couple of your favorite movies were directed by... Actually, at least one of your favorite movies is directed by Mike Hodges.
Good.
That would be Get Carter, the original with Michael Caine.
Sure, that's a good movie.
And then his next movie was also Pulp with Michael Caine. I don't know if you've seen that one.
I have not.
It's right there with Get Carter. It's good
Huh,
stuff.
that is very not Flash Gordon-esque.
Yeah, and then he did The Terminal Man after that. It all goes downhill, pretty much, with Flash Gordon.
Yeah, I bet.
So
Whatever, dude. This was like the best movie he ever made. It's the only
have you
one
seen
I've ever...
Get Carter?
No, I've never heard of
This
any
is
of those
not
other
a good
movies.
movie, Jackie. This is not a good movie.
This is his hit.
Get Carter. Get Carter's a big deal. I mean, they
think
remade it.
Flash Gordon-
It's a good movie.
Flash
I haven't
Gordon
seen
is-
it, so I've never even heard of it.
Do you
so
like
you know
Michael
what?
Caine?
Yeah.
Well, maybe you should check it out.
Yeah, it's...
Oh.
Get off that high horse.
Get off of that high horse, woman. Get off that high horse now.
You are so loud. Yeah, no, Flash Gordon.
The Terminal Man isn't bad.
Do you
but
in your boring bullshit? Do you have any statistics on the box office for Flash Gordon?
no, I didn't look up the box
yeah,
office.
I think it was a commercial flop when it came out.
No, it was a huge failure.
Yeah, so this
is
will
not a
tank a
hit.
career. This is not his hit.
This is a tank. This
But it
tanked
was
him.
Queen behind the music.
Yeah,
Yep, that's great,
It's a cult
but
classic. 30 years later.
10 years later was the first time people didn't start liking it until the 90s. That's one thing that I did bring. But so yeah, also you look at, he didn't really get to write his own movies after this either. Like, this really kind of shot him right in the ass.
The old K-Bosh.
He was also the 8th director chosen.
Wow.
At one point, and I'll get into this later. So
Those other 7 people stepped a bullet.
some of the
Spielberg's like, fuck that noise.
some of the films that he did after this, Morons from Outer Space, was given to him just because of how bad this movie was.
Yeah.
And then A Prayer for the Dying, which is a stinker. If you've
No,
Mickey
nothing.
Rourke, Bob Hoskins, and Liam Neeson.
Boy. Oh, boy.
Oh boy, he didn't write that either. Like, he's just getting put in charge of these shit piles. He does go on. He does 2 more written and directed by, which were movies that I've never heard of that have semi-decent ratings. But anyway, yeah, this sort of killed maybe a possibly good directing career. Dino De Laurentiis is the producer. That's where you get most of all of this stuff. He had originally tried to get Federico Fellini to direct this thing.
But he didn't
that
have
was
good
good.
enough ideas for some sweet costumes.
The piano fame, right?
Federico Fellini
Yeah.
is La Dolce Vita.
Oh, sure.
Get to the costumes.
8.5 seconds or whatever. It's not going to talk about the costumes at all.
Yeah, that's your boring bullshit.
Yeah.
Continue, sir.
Costumes are silly because it's a De Laurentiis movie and it's got glitter everywhere.
Proceed,
Hell
Data.
yeah.
I make the pictures. You shut up. Also, Lorenzo Semple Jr. was the writer. You may remember him from such well-written films as The Parallax View and 3 Days of the Condor.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so like he puts these 2 guys in charge of it, and you get a De Laurentiis movie because I make the pictures.
Yeah. The silly bastard.
Yeah, that guy's awesome.
Sam J. Jones is...
He's probably cruising down the street right now in a Fiat with some goggles on, and a scarf going behind
How
him.
young do you think?
De Laurentiis has been dead for a while.
Yeah.
In heaven. That's what I was
In
saying.
heaven.
Fiat heaven.
Fiat heaven.
Yeah, because, fix it again.
I don't think that Laurentiis would shit in a Fiat. That man owned Lamborghinis.
Well, that man is in hell right now.
He owned men that owned Lamborghinis.
Exactly.
I feel stupid now. I'm just going to shrink back in the corner. Tell us more there, Sam.
So Sam J. Jones, I was asking a couple of weeks ago when I found out we were doing this, like, what did he do? Who is he? You know who he is? He was a guy that was in Playgirl.
Yeah, with
Nice.
a big donger. No, I'm
Apparently
just
that
kidding. I didn't
helped.
see it.
Yeah.
And, do you know...
movie.
He didn't even have to shove his pants for this movie, did he? No potato
No.
for him.
No.
No,
No,
good
so
for him.
that was what he had done beforehand.
Interesting.
Kurt Russell was the original choice, who was on board for a while, but then turned it down because he thought it was silly.
It is.
Good work.
Yeah.
Good
So
work.
after Kurt Russell turns it down...
Because that eye patch in New York, New York was just so great.
New York, New York.
Because that movie didn't suck your balls.
That did good things for his career.
Yeah,
anyway,
you should have went with Flash Gordon, Kurt.
No,
Escape
he
from
shouldn't
New York
have.
made money.
Yeah. No, he shouldn't have.
Should have went with Flash.
So, during De Laurentiis' mother-in-law at the time, because he's been married a number of times, was watching an episode of The Dating Game. This is after Kurt Russell had abandoned the project and they're on God knows which director. And his mother-in-law sees a guy that she thinks is handsome on The Dating Game and he's like, oh, whatever. He's been naked in the Playgirl. We'll use him. The ladies will like it.
Sure.
So he was chosen off of his performance on The Dating Game by De Laurentiis' mother-in-law.
See, your career can't start on a crap
Didn't
TV
somebody
show.
else have that same exact scenario? I
No,
swear.
that was in Clerks.
Another guy became famous because of the dating
The Dating Game. There's
Yeah.
probably a number
Oh,
of people that became famous
Who the
because of The
hell
Dating
was it?
Game.
I don't
Chuck
know.
Norris.
No, it wasn't Chuck Norris.
It wasn't Chuck
He was
Norris.
a karate master.
Well, Chuck Barris was the Dating Game guy, but... Melody Anderson is Dale.
Mm-hmm.
She did not do Playboy. She did a bunch of TV. One of the TV things that she did after this was playing Barbara Shantz, who was the policewoman who was fired for being in Playboy. So, even though she wasn't in Playboy, she played someone who was in Playboy. That TV movie was called Officer Playmate.
Oh, that sounds like a good porno.
Huh.
Yeah.
Well, who hasn't seen that
Who
scenario?
hasn't seen that? Just break down.
Was
So-
Meredith Baxter Birney in that as well?
Probably.
Not without my officer.
No, without my stapler.
Not without my lingerie bikini outfit.
So I think this is
Dirty cops!
the most interesting, and this is something that I had I knew prior to reading the trivia on because it's in the Empire of Dreams documentary about George Lucas. That George Lucas was full steam ahead. He wanted to do a Flash Gordon movie. When he found out that De Laurentiis had the rights, he wrote Star Wars instead.
Right.
So this is what this movie got us.
given us.
Is Star Wars.
Yay!
See, don't be bagging on the Flash.
No, I'm not bagging on the Flash. I'm just saying it.
He doesn't even do potato for his tights.
It's a stinker, Jackie. This is not a good movie. don't expect it to be a good flick.
Okay, but when I was a kid, this movie kicked ass.
It does kick ass.
I can't wait.
Does not make it a good movie. It's a stinker. So
He's for every one of us. Is that it?
Thank you for that, Sam.
Well, you guys can talk amongst yourselves. I'm gonna see exactly what sort of financial disaster this was.
Okay, so
You talk.
What about the costumes? The costumes.
So
yeah,
excited
that's what I
about
was going to say,
costumes.
and then you guys busted in on me here. The costumes.
What about
There's
the costumes?
one woman that kind of had an Evelyn looking costume. I remember that. And then the guy with the crazy eyebrows. I think that's Ming.
Ming, that's Max Van Sydow.
And he had the most awesome sparkly reddish gold robe that I'd ever seen.
It is quite majestic.
Yeah. And then I swear to God, there's flying monkeys in this movie, but I can't
There
really
are
remember.
flying hawkmen that are very bearded.
Bearded
look.
flying hawkmen. See?
Yes, they're very rugged men who have wings.
Yeah. See, so this would be great.
They're
All
like
that those coasters.
they're like flying lumberjacks.
Yeah. That's what I remember.
Or
All
like
they needed
flying
is a tanker of
bikers.
ale.
No, they're more lumberjacky.
That's
Yeah, if
weird.
they had
They're
like
a little cleaner.
If they had like a thing of ale, like just strapped onto their flying saucers, or they were like flying with one hand with a tankard of ale, it'd be like, yeah, perfect. I make her the picture, Sam. I make her the picture.
Now drive me someplace.
It's really interesting when you go back and
Get that to my Fiat.
having watched so many DVD commentaries and read so much about Laurentiis films. His best movies are when he gets into these epic fights with the director, and the director actually wins and chases him off of the production.
Right.
Like
This
when he
probably
makes
didn't
a
happen.
picture, you end up with fucking Flash Gordon.
This probably didn't happen on this.
No.
Hey, but you know the visual. I'm excited to be visually stimulated.
It is a feast for the eyeballs and the ears.
Yeah. And I just love Queen.
I gotta say, I watched some of this today on YouTube, trying to find some things to reference. I was like, I can't wait for this movie. Queen kicks so much ass in this movie. Like, the soundtrack is crazy balls.
Yeah, and I remember I just loved the Flash Gordon song. And most of the time I hate movie soundtracks, right? But this one, like, even though they snuck in a little pieces of the movie into the Flash Gordon song.
It's actually not a soundtrack, it's a score. Queen scored this movie.
Yeah.
They did the entire thing.
This thing made a bunch of money.
The only music is Queen.
Yeah.
Awesome.
No, this made a bunch of money.
All right, let's see.
It made 20. It cost 20, which is God
That's
knows
a lot of
if
money.
it's misreporting or not. And we don't know how much they spent marketing it, which was probably a lot.
$20.
$20 million. In North America, it made 27. In England, in 1980, it made 14 million pounds, which is like pounds are 4 to 1 on dollars at that point.
Right. It's quite a bit of cash.
No, actually, this says 22 million in 1980 dollars.
You don't know shit about fuck.
I don't know shit about fuck. So
I
yeah, it seems like it probably
so it doubles
all together, because that's just in the UK. You know it showed in every market if it's De Laurentiis, so it probably did like 60 worldwide.
Yeah, that's pretty good actually. So
it's just universally panned by critics.
I will now eat my hat. So here's what we're gonna do. As we all know, Flash Gordon is the quarterback of the New York Jets. For our improv, Jackie will be playing the role of Dale.
Thank you.
I will be playing the role of Prince Baron, who is played by Timothy Dalton in the movie. And Sam will be playing the role of Emperor Ming, played by Max von Sydow in the movie. And the three of them have been given tickets by Flash Gordon to a Jets game. Let us see what happens.
Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited to get to see my Flash play his little football game.
I would like to sit at the aisle. Can I sit at the aisle? I have to go to I have an enlarged prostate.
No, because you don't even pay for beer.
Well, it's going to be your funeral when I have to get up and go to the bathroom in 8 minutes.
I would just like to say that I am excellent looking.
Hot dog! Hot dog! Did you know Flash has a big hot dog? Hot dog!
Down in front.
Come on, get up, Ming. Come on. We got a cheer. They're coming out on the field. Flyers! Flyers!
I smell fantastic.
When do they kill the insolent fans?
What?
When do they kill the insolent fans? Does that happen in this game?
Well, no. But they do push people over.
I am dressed immaculately.
Well, I gotta take a shit.
These seats are uncomfortable.
My shit is huge and smelly.
Dun 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 dun. Get to the chopper!